These are all my thoughts and opinions based on information out in the public domain. Please do your own research, and this is a platform of entertainment and for us to share our opinions. Also, I don't have Meghan Markle access to Prince Harry's money, so please share, like, and subscribe to make this platform grow. And do leave your comments, okay? I have to talk to you today about something, and this is, okay, I know that sometimes I make jokes and stuff like that, but this is not one of these times. I really do believe that Meghan Markle is insane. Like, she's legally insane. She just hasn't been declared. The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. Meghan Markle keeps lying, keeps slandering other people, and she expects others to like her, especially the ones that she slandered. So either this woman is not rooted in reality, because insanity is also when you don't know the difference between right and wrong. And from everything she's been saying, I don't think she does. Or if she does, she's a complete psychopath. Because that interview in the Cut, the self-interview with Serena, because she wasn't really interviewing Serena. She was using Serena to, oh, look, Serena, aren't I wonderful? Yes, and aren't we, you and I are friends? Because she wanted to combat what Tom Bauer said, that Serena and Meghan are not friends. This is why Serena, and you know what's the saddest part of it all? That people enable her because of the position she finds herself in right now, which there was absolutely no way she would have been anywhere near the vicinity of Mariah Carey had she not been, if she were not married to Prince Harry. There's absolutely no way. Now, what's really, really interesting here is how Mariah Carey debased and denigrated herself and lowered herself, because she went on Twitter to say, oh, I'm so happy I did this with you, Meghan Markle, because you're the diva, you're the I meant it in the most wonderful way. Meghan Markle has no influence or anything. The people who do are her husband's family. Okay, the minute Harry sends her ass packing, or if they get divorced or anything like that, Meghan Markle, the only aspiration Meghan Markle has ever had, is not even to be a good actress, because God knows she can't act. It's not even to be a good actress. It's to be an A-lister, to be in the same orbit as these people, to be worshipped by these people, just like her father used to worship her. I talk to Samantha Markle once in a while, and it's really interesting to me how her father, you know, that commercial that Mr. Markle fought and used all his connections to make happen at Nickelodeon, is the same thing that's happening right now to Meghan Markle. We know that her podcast is 12, doesn't even make the top 10. Right now, the one with Mariah Carey, is at 14, 16 or something like that, and it's going down, down, down. But she hasn't been in the top 10. So how can she be the number one podcaster? Because she finds people who enable her. And please understand that the only reason why Meghan Markle is being enabled is because of who she married. Not because Harry's famous or anything. It's because the Queen is his grandmother. The future king is his brother, even though they're estranged. Now, one thing that's very, very interesting to me is that if this woman doesn't know the difference between reality, or I wonder whether she has had her whole life that her father makes her lies happen. You know what I mean? She's always had men cover up for her, not because she was great looking or anything. It's because she always found weaker men than she did, than with low IQ or whatever it is. Because people like Meghan Markle prey on people with some sort of emotional deficiency, you know, or that are not very smart. Trevor Engelson, God knows, you know, bless his soul, he's such a nice, decent guy, but he doesn't seem very bright, does he? Or his emotional intelligence is not very high. Corey, who's a lovely, lovely man, didn't put up with her skanky shit. He dumped her ass. It wasn't that she broke up with him. He broke up with her. So people of worth see right through Meghan Markle quite quickly. She can only get away with those lies for a certain period of time. Now she has Harry. And by the way, all reports state that Harry is happy. He's completely ecstatic. He even took her to celebrate her win, her triumph in Spotify. Harry's happy. That skanky person is trashing and slandering his family. Please understand that Harry's not a decent, nice guy. He is a ginger piece of shit with no moral compass. And the only reason why people liked him is because Buckingham Palace did a very good job of putting or crafting a false persona, a false image. This is why Prince William said that he could no longer protect Harry. Harry has been always a pretty nasty person. You know, this is why Chelsea David didn't marry him. Because she knew it had nothing to do with the royal family or duties or anything like that. It had to do with the man himself. So if Harry took Meghan Markle to celebrate her false triumph because she wasn't number one, realistically, she wasn't number one, and she's running through their money like there's no tomorrow for PR. And even then, she couldn't even make the top 10 podcast. But back to Meghan Markle, if she's that insane or she doesn't understand, or I don't know if she's gotten used to the fact that whatever lies she told, or maybe it was because before she was such a D-lister that nobody bothered to check what she was saying was true or not. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that that's what that's my personal theory, that because she was such a nobody really bothered to check whether she was lying or telling the truth. So she got away with a lot, and she was able to progress like that in life, unless men dumped her, because let's face it, I mean, she couldn't get a man other than Trevor. And I'm pretty sure she would have been able to, if she had been able to get somebody else, she would have done Trevor long before then. But this is why she ended up marrying him, because for me, I think that it was, she didn't know what was going to happen, if Suits was going to take off or not. And she thought, oh, if Suits doesn't take off, then I can always go back to Trevor, because that's what Meghan Markle does. But to me, if this woman is capable of lying like that, gets enablers like that, like Mariah Carey now going on Twitter, debasing, denigrating herself, lying, because Mariah Carey, you are lying. Oh, I meant it in the most fabulous way. No, you didn't. Meghan Markle is an average looking woman, at middle-aged looking woman at best. In spite of all the surgeries and all the medical treatments that she gets herself, she still looks dirty, filthy. She looks used. And she's fake. I'm surprised that Mariah Carey is being forced to by Sunshine Sachs, because Sunshine Sachs represents Mariah Carey. And she won't get any gigs. And it's funny that she posted that tweet 2 days after, you know, because probably she was told, you know what, Meghan Markle's getting a lot of slack because of that monologue she did at the end, where she shaded Mariah Carey, by the way. But it's incredible. If this woman doesn't understand the difference between lying and she just creates it in her head, then her children, if she has any, are at risk. She really should not be around children. This woman should be institutionalized. This woman should be in a medical facility, because she is a danger to herself and to others, and especially because she still has access to a platform thanks to the men she married. And it's not that Harry would have a platform either, were it not for the fact of who his family is. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that Meghan Markle was able to lie and get away with all her lies for so long because she was such a nobody that nobody paid attention to what she had to say, nobody bothered to fact check what she was saying? Do you honestly think that respectable artists like this South African gentleman would come out and say, we didn't talk to her about that? I mean, can you imagine the position they were put in, because they know how ludicrous and embarrassing that is? Can you believe that Bethany Frankel, that's her name, I think it is. She had an A-lister person calling her, and my money is either on Tyler Perry or Oprah Winfrey, calling her, telling her not to shade Meghan Markle, because if you don't know how they are, they can't even stand in Frogmore. I wonder if she was telling people that Frogmore Cottage was like the housing unit she stayed in South Africa, because the housing unit is a 9-bedroom mansion. Frogmore Cottage, that's just a name, is a 5-bedroom luxury mansion as well. So when somebody phoned Bethany Frankel, what did it mean by that? You know, they can barely stand up and they can't pay for security. Why do they need security? Nobody knows who they are, only in their heads. But then it goes back to this thing. If Harry indeed threw a party to celebrate his wife's lack of success, why are people celebrating such below average, such mediocre woman, especially Spotify? Spotify that gives them, I unsubscribed a long time ago. I mean, it's unbelievable that these people are pandering to these women's lies, and it doesn't help her because it only emphasizes in her head that what she's doing is right, because otherwise she would be removed from Spotify. Especially, I mean, can you imagine if a white woman had said what Meghan Markle said, that they rejoiced in the streets of South Africa, just like Mandela? This white woman would be flayed forever. I mean, we would not hear the end of it. Or a woman of a different color, you know, talking about the lies that Meghan Markle said that somebody used the N-word. Why? And let me tell you something. She kept it so vague that the press can't sue her because she didn't say the press did it. She says, why should I give the picture to the people who call my son the N-word? And this could be anybody. This could be members of the monarchy or the royal family that they were pressuring her to give photos of Archie. Or it could be the press. So I think that she should be sued for libel by the monarchy, parliament, and the press, because who are these people? Or at least a letter should be asked, asking her to clarify who were these people that called that kid the N-word. Because, and then we have an idiot like Omid Scobie going around like crazy. But I am absolutely flabbergasted that an A-lister would contact Bethany Frankel to tell her to shut up, because she's speaking the truth about Meghan Markle, who's a liar. This woman is a fantasist and is using a platform to trash and slander. And Meghan Markle's going to another bombshell interview. They should quit saying bombshell interview. They should start calling it for what it is. Meghan Markle gave another lie, speaking lies again. And this woman should be asked by now to produce receipts instead of people blindly going about it. And shame on you, Mariah Carey. Shame on you. I mean, please leave your comments, beautiful people.